Hey everybody, welcome back to T's Food Reviews. Today we're going to be reviewing these TGI Fridays mozzarella sticks. Okay, right off the bat, they look like Cheetos, not mozzarella sticks. They don't taste like mozzarella sticks, but they taste pretty good. Yeah, that's enough of that shit.
Okay, Google.
Turn that shit up, my nigga.
Keeping up from the Audi, man, this bitch getting so cloudy. Bitch, I'm the greatest. Bitch, I've been smoking the daggers. I keep a bad bitch around me, you know I ain't faking it.
Anyways, hey everybody, it's T. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. That's what every other YouTuber says, right? I'm actually really cloudy right now. I don't feel too amazing, but I'm still gonna try to get a video done because I've had this on my mind all day. But before we get into this video, can I just express something real quick that I'm really tired of seeing all over social media, all over my Facebook, my Twitter? It's just all this political divide and all this racial divide with Trump being elected. I'm realizing now that people keep comparing Trump rallies to Obama rallies and protests to Obama protests. It's really just getting old. This is such a counterproductive argument. All you're doing is you're comparing, oh hey, this was bad, oh no, this one was worse. And then we get into all the racial stuff about how all the racist white people are bad for voting Trump, and if you voted Trump you're bad, and if you didn't vote Trump you're retarded, and it's getting old. But like I said, this is such a counterproductive argument. This does not help us as a human race. I just wish we would all just take a day to stop posting stuff that politically and racially divides us. It's really getting annoying. I'm gonna do my utmost best to never report on anything political on this channel. Anyways, getting into today's video, today we're going to be talking a little bit about Call of Duty teams in this current generation and why it's just not the same as it used to be. And I don't want to be one of those old people that are like, anyways, today we're going to be talking a little bit about the COD community like I do on this channel, you know, COD videos. I got this interesting comment on a video today, and at first I took it as like a really snarky asshole comment, and then, you know, after he explained himself a little bit more, I was like, yeah, you know, that makes a little bit more sense. I was trying to change my YouTube URL, and I had to change my actual YouTube name to do that, and it didn't work, unfortunately. But I changed it to T, and he left this comment that was like, did you leave Psycho or just realize that it wasn't going to give you the views? And first off, I've been somebody that is expressed multiple times about how joining COD teams are kind of pointless at this point, and how they really don't do anything for your channel as far as growth. They really don't. And I've said it multiple times, unless you're in a team like SOAR or Red or FaZe, you're more than likely not going to really get anywhere off of joining these Call of Duty teams if you're expecting to blow up off of YouTube from this. It's just not realistic. It's probably not gonna happen. The last guy I know to really blow up that was in this COD community was D Almighty, and he hasn't even been blowing up from that. He's been blowing up from doing his own thing that is completely unrelated to COD. I have not really been seeing anybody in this COD community that's been blowing up and making this into their full-time job. It just doesn't happen like it used to. Let me explain to you guys where I'm coming from a little bit. If you guys know me, you know I've been doing this from like 2010, 2011-ish to now. Actually, in my last video I did about the YouTube comment section, which you guys should check out if you haven't. I think it was a fantastic video. I spent a lot of time editing. I actually had little snippets of when I used to do edits. So I think it's safe to say I've been doing this stuff for a little while. Okay, I'll tell them. Bye. God, I am shit at this game. So to just kind of explain the differences between you guys of joining a team back in like 2012-ish to joining a team now, for any of you guys that kind of started maybe around the Black Ops 2 era, maybe in Modern Warfare 3 era, stuff like that. In the past few years or whatever, Phase 5 was basically the last glimmering, shining little glimpse of hope of being able to actually get somewhere from the Call of Duty community, or at least from the sniping, trick-shotting side of things, not the esports side of things. Since there's been no Phase 5s, everything else has been on basically a downcline. You can say what you want about FaZe, but they kind of play a big role in keeping this community going, and when the momentum of FaZe fell with the vlogs and shit, everything else started to kind of fall too. Not to say it wasn't falling before that, because it was, but I'm just saying it does play a part in it. Anyways, back in the days of the FaZe thing just starting to take off and blow up, there weren't as many COD teams as there is now. They were a little fewer and further between. Nowadays, for every COD player, you got 4 teams. It's just extremely oversaturated and impossible to keep up with. FaZe used to pick up from teams like SOAR, Dare, TSU, if you guys remember what that is. Teams like that. And that was one of the key things about joining these bigger Call of Duty teams. It was like, hey, I'm going to join these bigger teams and I'm going to work my way up the ladder to join FaZe because FaZe is potentially going to recruit me from one of these teams. But, you know, further on down the road, FaZe stopped doing that and more teams kept growing and growing and growing. And the community just became really, really stagnant. That's one of the big downfalls of this thing. The next, whether you want to believe it or not, is the... What the fuck, man? Sorry if you kept hearing my phone go off in the background. I just put it on silent. I didn't think I was gonna get all that notification at once. Another big issue of the downfall of this community, but whether you want to believe it or not, was faking trick shots, faking clips. A lot of people thought this was really stupid, and a lot of people didn't see this as a big deal. But regardless of how you saw it, it kind of assisted in ruining the community. FaZe Rain even explained this in an interview or something, I don't really remember, where he actually talked about picking up people from other teams, is that FaZe couldn't upload a shot because when they would upload a shot, nobody would be impressed with it because another team would be hitting something 3 times as better because they had all the time in the world to practice it and hit it on somebody that was just faking it and setting it up. So, you know, it made it really hard for FaZe and other legit trick shotters to actually go and hit these up to standard clips when people were just constantly raising the bar with faked clips. And then it was kind of just a battle between beating the faked clips, which were so ridiculously impossible to pull off in a public lobby, it just was almost never done. And on top of that, you know, when you had a YouTuber that was popular for trick shotting or whatever in another team, he could potentially be faking clips, and FaZe couldn't pick up people that fake clips when they're just all legit, you know? God, I had this moron comment on Psycho's newest upload today, and he was like, wow, why does Psycho, a 200k team, feel the need to fake clips? And I want to make it clear that I'm not defending any kind of faking clips in any sense here, but you go on the kid's channel, and he was faking clips, so I call him out for it, and he's like, well, I was just faking clips to get in a bigger team. Why does a bigger team feel the need to fake clips? So obviously at this point, he just wanted to bitch at Psycho when he wasn't doing any good on his personal channel himself, but you see where the argument is flawed extremely. You fake clips to get into a bigger team, but then you talk shit about a bigger team faking clips. It doesn't make sense. So at this point, FaZe picking up from other teams was basically non-existent, slim to none at this point, and to this day, they don't pick up from other teams, it seems. It just does not happen, and they've had no interest in doing any kind of Phase 5 recruitment challenges or anything of the sorts, and that's really unfortunate. I feel like if FaZe had a lot of collaborations with these other teams like SOAR and Obey and stuff like that, it would help the community out a lot more in general. But then again, we go back to the faking clip thing and the outrageous standards thing. It kind of makes the whole process of collaborating really rough. And I'm not saying it's all FaZe's part, but it has promoted and just completely making the community stagnant on growth. That, and then you have the downfall in quality of Call of Duty games and not what anything the community wants, and blase, and we are where we are, where we're playing shitty Call of Duties and we don't have any promotion from FaZe or no growth in the Call of Duty community in general, and it's just really, really bad. Then you get into all this stuff about the drama between teams like L7 and all these big teams and how their leaders treat it like a business and blah, blah, blah. It just leaves me very unenthusiastic for the future of the Call of Duty community. I personally do a lot of other stuff on my channel, if you guys can tell. I do commentary style videos. I do videos on other topics. I want to start doing vlogs and other types of gaming videos that aren't Call of Duty, just because I don't believe that I am ever going to grow my channel playing Call of Duty, doing Call of Duty commentaries. It's just not going to happen. FaZe is never going to pick me up doing these kind of videos. Jeff got picked up, I think, because of his outstanding personality, and he just had that niche of the Rage Tosh thing, and I think that kind of helped him get promoted and stand out and get picked up from FaZe. He wasn't even in a team getting picked up, and that just should go to show you that FaZe does not care about your Call of Duty team. And whether you want to believe it or not, all these Call of Duty teams have the same fucking community. L7, Obey, SOAR, Dare. We all kind of have the same growth on our channels respectively because we have the same community. It's not any different. People at this point are just joining teams for the reputation and the name, and honestly, it's just really unfortunate. It doesn't offer anything. The name of your team does not help you at all. When you have people like Tridzo and Obey, oh shit, I just name called. It really just goes to show you that team name really does not matter. Anyways, guys, in conclusion, I wanted to just share my perspective on the past of the Call of Duty community and where it's at now and how just unfortunately small and stagnant it is. Why was that a hit marker? I don't know what it is with this map and me just getting hit markers on it. That's a reference to my AK-47 hit markers video. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to share my perspective on things. This is more of a small, simplistic type of video, but I just figured I had a unique perspective that I could convey to you guys. And maybe a lot of you guys can relate. Do you feel the same way I do? Drop it in the comments. Or are a lot of you guys that watch my channel new gen guys that came in maybe a few years ago and you're just now starting to really get into the motions of the COD community? I would love to hear all your opinions. I'd love to start some discussions. Be sure to drop that either in the comments or on my Twitter, which would be a great way to contact me. If you did enjoy the video, drop a like, and I will see you guys on the next one. Be sure to check out my other videos too if you haven't. I dropped some really good stuff. It's been T, and I'm out. Wow.